Hey Thunder Vision, JP here, and this week we had the chance to sit down with new teacher, Mr. Coldy. Now here is Anthony with the interview. Thanks, Anthony, and thanks to Mr. Coldy for sitting down with us this week. Thunder Vision, back to you.
What's up, Thunder Vision? Anthony here with new business teacher, former Mahwah High School graduate, and current head boys lacrosse coach, Mr. Tim Coldy. Mr. Coldy, thank you for taking the time to be with us today.
Thanks for having me.
And we're going to hop into the first question. How was your first couple weeks at Mahwah High School then?
Oh, it's been electric, I would say. As my first year in the classroom, I could say the students are motivated to get better, and it's been an unbelievable experience so far. They love to learn. It's been great getting to know all the students, and they've been very open to the idea of financial literacy and international business, which has been a joy to teach so far.
Now to follow up with that, who has helped you the most to acclimate yourself to the new building and your new role?
Oh, great question. Great question. I would say it hasn't been one person. I know there have been a couple teachers that I had when I went here. Miss Loesch, Miss Freet have been fantastic. But the whole business department as a whole, Saputsky, Ferg, Miss Torino, and Miss Monteleone, they have been very receptive to any questions that I have. They've always been there to support me. And of course, Miss Van Ness. So without them, I don't think I'd be here with where I'm at in the first couple of weeks. And I just want to thank them for everything that they've done so far for me.
Right.
And Mr. Humphreys. Sorry about that.
And being a former Mahwah High School graduate, have you seen any changes to the building and to the school since you've been here?
I wouldn't say that I've seen any changes, but there's been an overall increased appreciation of the teachers in the school. Coming from the corporate world and then into public administration, you begin to understand the amount of work that the teachers have outside of the classroom. And the building that I taught at last year was not close to the facilities and the grounds that Mahwah High School has. So ultimately it's not that much has changed, but that as a teacher now I have more appreciation for the facilities, the courtyards that we have, everything. It's more beautiful in my eyes now.
Now you just said that you spent time in the corporate world. How do you see your teachings and the things you've learned in the corporate world help you as a teacher today?
To me, it's very important for students to want to learn. I think that is one of the first few steps in them picking up content and learning content. So I try to relate everything that we do in class, especially in financial literacy, to my experiences in the real world. And if they can understand and appreciate that what they're doing in class, they're going to be doing in the future, I think it helps their focus in class.
And I know you teach both international business and financial literacy. Which one's your favorite one to teach?
Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to answer that question. I'd say it's not necessarily a favorite, but more of a grasp on content. I have experience in wealth management, so for about 3 years, I dealt with individuals and corporates' money, or companies' money. So investing, budgeting, savings, checkings, all stuff that are relatable to what I've done in the past. And then obviously with the lacrosse team, we do a lot of goal setting on the team. So when we had to do the goal setting lesson, that was familiar. But then, I've had 3 or 4 different jobs in life. So I've went through the whole interview process, the resume process. So everything that I have been teaching is very relevant to my experiences.
Now let's transition to questions about lacrosse.
Okay.
So, I know in the off season you run your off season lacrosse program, and on top of that you also run Mahwah Lacrosse and you help out with that. How do you manage your work life and personal life and your life on the lacrosse field?
My girlfriend would probably say I don't do a good job of managing it very well because, like you said, a lot of my time is dedicated to Mahwah Lacrosse and Lightning Lacrosse. And Lightning Lacrosse is just we see it as a feeder to the Mahwah High School program. So getting to know and building relationships with the youth families. But how do I manage it? How do I structure it? I try to live in the present. So whenever I have time when I'm home with my girlfriend, my dogs, and my family, I try to focus on what is there, particularly not necessarily X's and O's, strategies, film, preparing for any business administrative stuff that I'd have to do for Lightning.
All right. So being that you've played lacrosse in multiple levels, in the youth level, in high school, and in the collegiate level, how do you think that experience has helped you become a better coach?
Just seeing other coaches work. There's this shift in participation from students not playing multiple sports. And I think one of the benefits in playing multiple sports is you get different team experiences, different culture experiences, and different coaching experiences. So the college world just opened up my eyes to another example of a team, another example of a coach, and helped build my foundation there. At the same time, you learn different drills, how you watch film. So, but again, you never lose the student mentality. And you see some students, and sometimes they may complain in school, and it's like, hey, get used to it. You're going to be a student for the rest of your life. So, I've been to a couple seminars as well, just to kind of sharpen up my knowledge on the game. But that's definitely to me is the main point, is the culture, the coaching experience, and the knowledge.
So I know you had the opportunity to coach under your former head coach and mentor, Coach Brian Callahan.
Mm-hmm.
And what lessons have you learned from him that you could apply to yourself in your own coaching over the years?
I'd probably say everything. I actually spoke with him yesterday for about an hour. We talk very frequently, and what I preach to my players as well as my students is, we all, especially at this age, you don't have the answers, right? And even at the age of 29, I don't have the answers to everything. So you got to get a team, you got to get a board of directors around you, great mentors, surround yourself with great people. And he's one of those guys that I go to whenever I have a question regarding lacrosse, X's and O's. But some of the lessons he taught me, it says it on that board back there, and we had it on our helmets and our jerseys, and that's esprit de corps, and that's a Marine saying that they use, and talking about camaraderie and staying together as a team. But JP, who's filming this, and the lacrosse players will tell you, we talk about a lot about controlling your attitude, bringing a positive energy to practice every day, and playing with passion and playing with tenacity. And those are some of the words and sayings that ring true, not only on the lacrosse field, but in the classroom and in the social life. And being, as he always said, to be your best self. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to be the valedictorian. Someone's got to be the best student. Someone's got to be the best friend, the best son. So why not you?
Last question for you today. What should we be looking forward to in the upcoming lacrosse seasons from the high school team?
Who? Say it again.
Who should we be looking forward to? And what should we be looking forward to in the next lacrosse season for the high school team?
What should we be looking forward to? Well, considering last year was our first year above 500 in, I want to say, 4 or 5 years. So I think there's been a great momentum created on the lacrosse team, and it's great to see the dedication and commitment from the younger group and the older group as well. But a majority of our team last year were sophomores starting, so that was their first ever year having a varsity experience because they lost their freshman year. So to do what they did is extraordinary, and to see what they can do this year and even next year is going to be great.
All right. So that's all we have time for today, Mr. Cawley. Thank you for taking the time to sit down with us.
Thank you for having me.
It was a wonderful experience. We wish you all the best of luck in the upcoming lacrosse season in your new role as a teacher.
Thank you.
Vision, back to you.
Hey Thunder Vision, Anthony here, and this week we have the chance to sit down with varsity freshman football player Preston Duffy. Now here's JP with the interview. Thanks JP, and thanks to Preston for sitting down with us this week. Thunder Vision, back to you.